If you're a traveler like me, then you know the feeling when you leave your city and enter an area with lush forestry. The loneliness which brings you the smell of ground, the rustling leaves and the serenity. You wish that lasted forever, but then suddenly reality hits you in the face and then you realize that you have to get back to work. But it makes me wonder that why can't we have the same experience in our cities? Namaste and welcome to India Tonight. Let's talk about air pollution. First, let's understand what air pollution actually means. Air pollution, in simple words, can be defined as particles present in the air which are harmful to life. According to an IQ Air report of 2019, India is the fifth most polluted country in the world, and the most polluted city is Ghaziabad. Not only that, the fifth most polluted city is Delhi, the sixth is Noida, seventh is Gurgaon. In fact, in the top 30 cities, 21 are Indian cities. Our nation's capital, New Delhi, with a population of 200 lakh people, is one of the worst affected cities when it comes to air pollution. The total number of motor vehicles in the National Capital Territory of Delhi was 1.1 crore in 2018, and it is increasing day by day. Back in 2014, on September 17th, National Air Quality Index was launched in New Delhi under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which has several other initiatives under its name, including Clean India, Open Defecation Free India, which is also known as Basanti Khulle Mein Na Ja. Delhi's air quality index has been in the range of 700 to 1000. The US Environmental Protection Agency considers anything more than 300 to be hazardous. The index measures the concentration of the particulate matter in the air, microscopic particles that can harm the lungs, causing cancer, exacerbating asthma, and damage organs. On November 8, 2017, Delhi was declared the most polluted city in the world. In other words, breathing in Delhi was like smoking 50 cigarettes a day. Hospitals reported a 20% surge in patients with pollution-related illness. The same month, Costa Rican Ambassador Mariela Cruz Alvarez had to move to Bangalore to save herself from the Delhi toxic air. In her blog, she wrote, "I am sick in Bangalore with a serious upper respiratory infection due to New Delhi's unbreathable air. I will be recovering and resting, but it is not funny to see your lungs expelling a dark residue as if I was a smoker, which I am not." The grey smoke and haze was so terrible that the US State Department, who has its own air quality index stations in India, had to install air purifiers in the staff's homes and offices. Elizabeth Muller, Executive Director of Berkeley Earth, said, "One of the things that is so fascinating is how the pollution is not contained in the cities, and it doesn't even seem to be coming from the cities. Much of the pollution is coming from farms in nearby states of Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh. With the rice harvest over, farmers are burning crop stubble, specifically the remnants of the rice crop, to prepare the fields to plant wheat and return nutrients to the soil. But what's unique in Delhi smoke is that the smoke from outside the city is mixing with the pollution inside the city. This mix of rural and urban pollution intensifies in the cooler winter months. Estimates are 35,000 crore stubbles are set afire in Punjab and Haryana alone to make room for winter crop. 35,000 crore is equivalent to 740 Titanic ship. India's pollution has its roots in politics as well. Let's understand how. Scholars have suggested that democracies tend to have less pollution because citizens seek a clean environment to live in, and governments are responsive to citizens. Scholars also note that rich and affluent places in the countries experience less pollution. India is a well-functioning democracy. Delhi elections are very competitive. Also, Delhi has the highest per capita income in the country. Also, India's environmental policies reflect international standards. India does not only vocally support Paris Agreement, and it has signed it in October 2016. Clearly, democracy, affluence and global norms are not helping Delhi to get rid of the air pollution. So what's the problem? Crop burning takes place in rural areas where agricultural lobby is powerful, but its pollution effects are felt in urban Delhi. Since 2013, in a response to a ruling by National Green Tribunal, the states of Punjab and Haryana enacted laws banning crop burning. So why are the laws not being enforced? Farmers see a ban on crop burning as an additional cost imposed on them to appease urban Delhi. They are protesting angrily and demanding the government to subsidize their shift to more expensive alternatives of burning. And state governments of any political party don't want to crack down when farmers violate these laws. The Aam Aadmi Party, led by Arvind Kejriwal, runs Delhi, and in a tweet he said that Delhi is a gas chamber. The Aam Aadmi Party's Punjabi representatives are vocally opposed to even Punjab government's token measures against crop burning, and India's ethnic divisions heighten these conflicts. Sikhs are landed gentry of Punjab. In 1980s, Sikh separatism and terrorism against the central government left a heavy death toll, including the assassination of the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi by a Sikh security guard. Any crackdown on the Punjabi farmers and the mainstay of the separatist Khalistani movement has the potential to revive this conflict. And what's more is that Punjab and Haryana are electorally competitive states. If unhappy farmers were to vote against the government, it could tilt the power among the parties. With India's emphasis on jobs and economic growth, citizens have for the most part accepted the environmental cost. Delhi citizens have grown used to the acute pollution in the winter months. They adapt by covering their faces when on the road. Although extreme forms of air pollution impose health costs, many of these costs tend to occur in the long term and are not likely to motivate a strong demand for clean air. It's not like government is standing still without doing anything. There have been some attempts in response to the diminishing quality of air. In the 1990s, in response to air pollution, the Indian courts ordered Delhi bus fleets to move from diesel to natural gas, even though that particular order was opposed by every single political party at that time. In 2016, Delhi government tried to deal with it by insulating odd-even rule, which allows private cars with odd registration number to ply on the roads on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays, and cars with even numbers are allowed on Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays. Moreover, in 2017, Supreme Court had banned the sale of firecrackers in the festival of Diwali, specifically to reduce the resulting pollution. For all these measures, while the resident had to bear the cost of the inconvenience, they will also bear the benefits of reduced pollution. However, the effect of these modest measures have been predictably modest. The real spike in the pre-winter months comes from the crop burning in the neighboring cities and states. But imposing costs on farmers so that Delhi gets environmental and public health benefits is far more complicated and extremely difficult to tackle. In other words, Delhi smog reveals that even in a well-functioning democracy, local or regional pollution can be very hard to tackle. Democracy and competitive elections with federal politics makes things worse. Perhaps only institutions like courts, which are insulated from government and political pressure, could save Delhi citizens from extreme pollution. Environmental activism is growing in India, but there are still other factors that make the situation very unique. One is the sheer number of people. The population of India is growing, and staggering patterns of rural to urban migration. More Indians are cramming into smoke-shrouded cities, which means more people are buying houses, more people buying and driving vehicles with less pollution controls, and more people making fire in the city to cook and to keep themselves warm. The increasing air pollution means people spend more of their time indoors, which increases electricity demand from lighting and air conditioning, leading to more coal and wood use. This creates a feedback loop that fuels the whole situation. With all this keeping in mind with the fight against pollution, India has tried a lot to control the air pollution and to reduce it. In the next video, we shall understand how India is fighting against pollution. If you like the video and the content, please subscribe and share it. Also, please share your valuable thoughts in the comment section below. Namaste.